Hello again, everybody.
Oh, Harry! Oh, yeah, Harry!
You know, there comes a time when you probably ought to stop broadcasting. I probably should have quit about 5 years before I passed.
I think we should have quit about 20 years ago.
What am I accountant? What do I know?
Get through what you got to get through, Scott. We'll come back around to it.
We only deal in truth here.
Oh, my God. What world am I living in? Scott Barter's making me laugh.
Don't you feel a little stupid?
Flat-chested model is only 12.5.
Extra 2,500 gets you the. Yeah.
This certainly beats the $9.99 blow-up doll I got in my closet right now.
I think that was like $19.99.
Well, you got the half price discount, didn't you? After my wedding, was a virgin sacrificed?
Not that I recall. We couldn't find one.
Not in Kenosha anyway. Right? Go over there this afternoon. Throw your worm in the water. See how that works out.
Throw your worm in the water means something different in Los Angeles.
Well, it means about the same thing here in Kenosha. Wow, things haven't changed. Hell of a show. Dead people and perverts and degenerates. Kind of fits right in here.
Yeah.
And then the clowns. Good morning, everybody. This is Uncle Scotty Barter on Kazoo Saturday. And welcome to the January 27th edition of the Kenosha City Weekly Report. Coming to you live from Studio A here on AM 1050 WLFP. Streaming worldwide and booming across the very balmy and thawing cornfields of the Midwest. Reaching out to over 50,000 homes here in the Tri-County area. Being brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, and the legendary Brat Stop, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. If you haven't heard, joining us this morning, my new attorney and also the new up for a Grammy for playing the kazoo, sending the clowns, the Honorable Elmore Schneider, Esquire is here.
Good morning, everyone.
So, where did you get that rendition? Explain to everybody what. This is Kazoo Saturday.
This is National Kazoo Day Eve. Tomorrow is actually National Kazoo Day.
Oh, Wayne, put that in there.
Oh, yeah.
Make that adjustment.
Oh, yeah.
I see.
Waiting with bated breath.
I see we have a new long-term tenant for Perverts World now that Larry the Dirty Dr. Nasser is sentenced to 175 years for molesting some of the nation's top gymnasts.
Kind of sounds like they may have a couple of others there, too.
That whole Michigan State, the president and the coaches and
AD, everybody.
They're all, well, they should. And this judge, this Rosemary, how do you pronounce her last name? Aquilana? She's the one that says, it gives me a great deal of pleasure and honor to sentence you to 175 years.
You're right.
Man, I think she's going to be a household name by the time this is all over with.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we could have her, kick off.
A little too much drama there, just...
Well, you know what, though? In fairness, she was making a point on the women's movement with this, and, they've had enough of this. So, and as he is every Saturday, our video coordinator, our poster boy for latex painting.
Exterior latex.
Exterior latex. Spider Ronnie, the camera dude, joins us here at Camp Happy Face. Spider.
Yeah, good morning.
Did you bring your kazoo in?
Yeah, I have it right here.
What color is it?
Green from
He's got a green one.
Did you wash it? Oh, God. You weren't involved in this last year, were you, Wayne?
No, I dodged that bullet.
And engineering and board operating the Kenosha State Trolley Ride this morning. Wacky Wayne joins us here in the Enchanted Kingdom.
Kazoos for everyone.
Well, we do.
I know. Am I supposed to play this thing at some point?
Well, first of all, when you went to broadcasting school of the 18,000, did you have?
Right. Somehow they didn't cover kazoos.
It was an elective.
Yeah, that was an elective. Yeah.
Must have been.
I could just see when he first gets here. You weren't, and now we got to play kazoos, and I'm not properly trained on this. I'm just a board operator.
We go from pretty girls to Steve Casey to kazoos.
Right. Actually, the kazoos were before the pretty girls.
Well, see, I missed the kazoos, so yeah. As far as I know, pretty girls, Steve Casey, kazoos.
Are you making a point with this, or what?
I'm just saying. Hey,
this week the Kenosha Today Secret Word Challenge is sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. And now that Congress has passed sweeping changes to the new tax code, many questions have arisen as to how all this may or may not pertain to your particular situation. With over 35 years of tax preparation and financial planning experience, let us guide you through all the options that are still available and how you can use the new tax code to your advantage and save the maximum dollars for you and your family. Call me at 262-652-6767. We can set up a free consultation. The Kenosha Today Brain Trust has pre-selected this morning's secret word, and the first caller to say the secret word will win a $20 Boathouse gift certificate. Coming up after the 10:30 weather break, Kenosha's fastest growing game show sensation, the Lightning Round of City in Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And then after the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, written at Amen Corner, where gray hairs matter, at the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. During last night's production meeting, or sometime a little bit before that, Kenosha Today's top 10 changes to the school district's dress code.
Oh, goody.
You know, there's a couple articles about that, and
I'm sure.
You know, I was thinking about this ad hoc committee and all this, yay or nay. They should have come to us first, as you'll find out after 11 o'clock.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
We have top 10.
You've got the reasons.
Our top 10 changes.
Yeah.
To the district's dress code. Also, during that half hour, Stump the Chumps is back, sponsored by Cabin Fever. It is the home to Benny the Backyard Beaver and his Roadkill Museum. And there's even more, boys and girls. After the 11:30 break, our special segment sponsored by the legendary, let's see if we can do this right, As the Broad Turns. I can't. I'm not.
Hum, don't blow. Hum.
Hum.
Yeah, quit blowing over there,
Mine
Scotty.
didn't come with instructions. How come mine didn't come with instructions? So I guess you just got to hum into it, right? This week's High Five Singers and Doofuses is only heard here on the Kenosha Today Show. And it gets even better, folks. For those who might have forgotten, tomorrow at noon, each and every Sunday, you can tune in here at AM 1050 WLP and listen to the replay of this show. Nothing on at noon tomorrow. No football. Some basketball game that no one cares about.
Roller derby.
Roller derby and Pro Bowl's not till later in the
That's
afternoon.
not till 3. After that, tomorrow night or something.
No,
Who cares?
They did it.
Good morning, you're in Kenosha Today.
Morning, Shirley.
Hello. It's National Kazoo Day.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, but this is the
tomorrow,
eve. We're
Well, I didn't
practicing.
get one. Where's mine? I didn't get one.
It's in the mail.
It's in the mail.
It's in the mail, yeah. You
Scott's got a whole-
celebrated this last year, too, I remember.
Yeah, Scott's got a whole bag full of them here. So
Yeah, I'm in the
Uh-oh.
bag, all right. Hey, Shirley, this is a article that pertains to you. A 24-year-old guy in Lincoln, Nebraska, he found himself in trouble after he attempted to purchase food at Domino's Pizza and slipping the clerk marijuana. So, now pay attention. Apparently, the guy tried to pay for his pizza and chicken parmesan with a ripped but taped together $50 bill. And according to the police report, the clerk said the business couldn't accept the bill, so he paid with a $20 bill, and then he took out a little bag of marijuana. What's a bag of marijuana go for these days?
More than that, I think.
Yeah. You think, right? And so then, when the cops come, this guy, they found him with a joint. You know what a joint is, obviously, right? Like a fat boy. It was right behind his ear.
Boy.
And then he found more individually packaged marijuana inside a can. And so here,
He wasn't too smart, was he?
no, the word mastermind.
Yeah.
And then they also found a scale, and he had $87 in cash. So, I don't know. I just thought.
Yeah, I don't know either. Not very bright.
You know, I had that happen to me just as a young lad working at the world-famous Benninger House of Music, that someone was trying to buy a record album on Christmas Eve and came in, and he had this big parka on, and he was checking out, and I was checking him out there, and he reached in the pocket of his parka and pulled out a big bag of pot and put it right on the counter in front of me.
So what did you give him in turn? What song did
Well,
you
I
buy?
just said, I don't think you wanted to do that.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no. So,
Shirley, I got another call. I got to run. I got lots to do. Is that a call for us?
Well, I'll be listening. Have a good day.
Okay,
Have a
thanks.
good Saturday.
All right.
See you, Shirley.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Yeah, good morning. I got a question for you. My father-in-law heard on the radio the other day about an event going on, like maybe a trailer show or something like that, 6 miles east of Lake Geneva. Do you know anything about that?
Trailer show.
On Highway 50, there's a new camping thing that just opened up. Maybe
There's Ron says, Spider says, there's on the north side of Highway 50, a little bit by where you're describing, there's a trailer, what do you call,
where they sell
campers.
RV place?
Yeah, RV place.
They might have something.
Are you looking for a place to live in an RV?
No, he just thought there was some kind of like maybe a trailer show or something like that out there.
Well, they're not advertising with us, so I really don't know about it.
Yeah, but there is a new camping.
And the only thing this group is involved with is trailer trash. So that's probably a different... You don't want to go there, do you?
No. No, that's quite all right. All right, thank you so much.
Livestock trailers, perhaps.
All right.
You guys enjoy your day.
All right.
Thank you very much. Take it easy.
Hey, also coming up after the 11:30 break, our special... Did we do that already?
We did that.
We did already. Let's see, did we do this? You can sign up for the thousands of listeners who have joined the Kenosha Today Nation and liked us on Facebook. And you can even visit our new Kenosha Today website, KenoshaToday.com. Steve and I were in a production meeting on Monday, and we get an email from Mr. John Perry, the wonderful programming director here.
Yes.
And apparently they're putting together plans to have a play at the Rhodey Opera House.
That's what I've heard.
And it was kind of, I guess, just WIP people. And they wanted to know if...
Just people in general, yeah.
Well, if we'd be interested, and the words that caught our eye was no experience necessary. So, and apparently it's going to be written by our good friend Jumbo Jim Tron.com, Selovich. So we can be on the big stage.
You know, Scott, since there's no experience necessary, I heard you're going to be cast as the part of Mayor of Kenosha.
Whoa.
Whoa, boy. Well, he's right there. We're going to get into the elections. Of course, then again, I wonder what the setting would be. You know, they could just, if they were casting us, typecasting, and just put us up there in like Cheers.
Norm.
We'd be like Norm.
Well, we looked at doing that. So
that would be a fun thing to do. Just you and I sit there for 90 minutes and bring in K-Dog and Marcus and Spider. You want to join us?
Captain Mike.
We'll give a little spritzer to Wacky Wayne here. Oh, yeah, Captain Mike.
Is he still in Mexico?
Yeah, I spoke to him yesterday. So
Captain Mike?
Yeah. He may be calling in today with a report from south of the border.
Who's going to dial the number for him? South of the border. Now, you know what? They're building this wall. Actually, the Mexicans built the wall to keep him out of going to Mexico, and that, you know,
Right, that
hasn't worked out real
work,
well. Yeah.
No, not at all.
So, we're up for Kenosha News is having their annual contest, Cutest Couple. Steve, I think we're in. We should be, nominate your cutest couple. The winning couple will receive a fabulous prize from Casa Capri. Well, we can go there. But look at these guys. You know, they got all kinds of ages, and doesn't say you have to be a male and a female. We could just be partners. We could be partners. We don't have to be lovers.
You still got that red dress?
Yeah, do you want to wear it? Is that for you?
You got the red dress and the blonde wig.
Yeah. A couple of items were in the paper this week. They had the Alderman Jesse Downing apparently has been blocked from the ballot. He didn't fill out his nomination papers right, didn't put the right address on, and here's a quote.
Well, they're inconsistent.
Inconsistent. Well, they still disallowed him. Not only did the clerk, Debbie Salas, disallow him, the State Election Commission also disallowed him. And he took a page out of Trump's, you don't have to blip this because I'll be very careful.
Okay.
He said, it's a bunch of bull.
Yeah.
See, our president leads by example, so now you got aldermen using the same kind of language in the paper. So now in today's paper, he's going to court, and it's been assigned to Judge Anthony Milisauskas. I don't know if somebody can enlighten us, if a judge, a local, well, he's actually employed by the state, if a judge has the power to overturn a city clerk and the Wisconsin Election Board.
Yes, they do.
They do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why file a
So
lawsuit?
what he's
Well, that's my question.
what's he trying to
He's saying
get
that,
overturned? That he filled
his-
out the paperwork
He
correctly?
moved and he didn't list the right address on a couple of
So-
pages.
What he
He lives in Summers and he says he lives in Kenosha?
That's a different deal.
That's a-
Oh, that's I'm getting all my aldermen confused.
I'm thinking, if he knew, obviously he knew he was going to move before that. So why didn't he go ask the city clerk, which address should I use on my nomination
There you go.
papers?
That's a perfect question. 262-694-1050. And the other thing is, why should different rules apply to certain people? I mean, everybody plays by the same rules. This is not first time at the rodeo to becoming an elected official and circulating nomination papers. And you're absolutely right. And the thing is, are we, if you can't figure out how to fill out a simple nomination paper and do it correctly and get the minimum 20 signatures, is this the same guy that's going to vote on a $24 million budget? No wonder we have a for-nothing record in lawsuits.
And he's supposed to live within the district he's representing, correct?
Well, I'm sure that, yeah.
Right.
Unlike,
okay.
unlike the other
he
guy.
He didn't move out of district, did he? Stay
No,
somewhere
he just
within
moved
2 blocks over or whatever.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
he moved quite a ways. That's.
Oh yeah.
Well, that district
must be a big district.
The sixth, because when they gerrymandered that, they hacked that all up. So
Yep.
he's got the most bizarre
He
district.
could, I'm sure he knows that he's in the same district.
Well, he's in the same district, but
Okay.
I guess we'll see what the judge and who makes the better argument.
Right.
I mean, why have rules if we're not going to follow them? I mean, or just allow
Well,
certain exceptions.
it's an honest mistake, but still, just
Well,
hey, if you know you're moving, just
tell them and
maybe
then find
ask
out.
which one should I use to make this sure it's okay.
Yeah, there you go. If anybody has an opinion on that, give us a call, 262-694-1050. And a couple items here before I get to the dress code. Teachers Union seeks training policy on gender identity. Now they're going to tell the Teachers Union they're asking for training on this transgender thing. Here's my suggestion. You have two issues. UP here and UP there. How much training do you need for that? I mean, here's the little picture with the boys in it, and here's the little picture with the girls in it. You figure out which one you are according to this last $800,000 lawsuit and go from there. This shouldn't, how much training can you have for this and waste your time? That could be a whole day training session on how to teach kids where to take a leak. We haven't heard the end of this because this situation is going to flourish all across the country until the Supreme Court makes a ruling.
I think there is still a case pending before the Supreme Court that hasn't been heard yet.
Well, they better hear it pretty quick. Otherwise, you're leaving every school district in the country up for their own determination on what's what. That's what we think. And then there was this big article, Jesus, dress code spurs complaints. Well, I'm reading through this. There's 23,000 some kids in the school district.
Right.
One parent is complaining. So where's the public outcry of this? I don't quite get this. One person is the only one speaking, and now some people say don't. But we have our own that'll come up after 11
Of
o'clock.
course.
Our own suggestions.
Tyranny of the minority.
Yeah, I just don't quite. One person complains and gets all of this. Like I said, I'm a father of 2 girls, and I would have never let my daughter go to school in some of these outfits off the shoulder. I mean, they're going there to get an education.
Right.
And this is not a fashion deal.
No.
If they'd spend as much time trying to pass the course instead of worrying about what they're going to wear, hey, maybe our graduation rates would move up. 262.
I have a suggestion.
Sure.
Boys get the orange jumpsuits and the girls get the blue jumpsuits.
That's my
and
next.
That's the new dress code for KUSD. So how about that?
I don't think this needs to be revisited at all. And just why? If the wheel's not broke, don't fix it. And then the news published all of these the actual regulations. There's nothing in here that's wrong. I mean, just go to school, and that's, some of this thing that this lady wants her daughter to wear, you could not wear that in the business world. You could wear it at the boathouse, and maybe we'd kind of like that deal if you're over 21, but certainly not in the business world. You can't go wearing tight yoga pants and except if you're in regular business world.
Not at all.
So, and we're not old-fashioned, but
well,
yeah, I guess we are. I mean, there's nothing wrong with those rules that were in place. So if you have a comment on that, and then also, most of the people that are in the voting registrations got this thing from Michael Bell with a DVD in it and a card here. I have not seen this, and many of the people told me they just sent it back, return to sender. You know, when he says they're looking at a family, you know, they want this investigation and look for some justice. Well, as I recall, $1.75 million is pretty good justice to me when he got a lawsuit. And it was back 14 years ago. I think, what's the purpose? And the one big police officer that would be involved in this, unfortunately, no longer with us. I mean, what's the point of this? I really don't see. And all the money that's being spent in the Attorney General from Wisconsin and Sheriff Beth and our new district attorney. So we're not going back there. So I guess you want to.
Well, it's his money. He can spend it any way he wants.
Yeah. And the Kenosha News, I'm sure, is delighted to have full-page ads. I mean, I don't see the purpose of anybody. And then he's got another, they had two of these things at the library, and there's another one. They've had three of them now. Oh, one out in Salem. Oh, they've all occurred 18th, 23rd, and the 24th.
Billboards, too.
Yeah, billboards and that. So
billboards, full-page ads.
This ship has sailed. He got 1.75
radio ads.
No. I don't
know if they're on TV. I don't watch TV.
I don't seem to grasp the intent of this. If anybody wants to comment whether we should open it up, I don't know if you can. Let's say you have a signature. I don't know that there's any venue possible where you can go. Let's say I'll have 50,000 signatures and have this reopened. I don't think you can do that. It's and if you went to a court of law. This has already been solved. I mean, you've already been paid off for this. So there's that. And here's another, before we go to our break. The city in Downtown Inc. is starting this promotion. Keyed Up Kenosha. It's a piano art walk project sponsored by Downtown Inc. And this picture shows a bunch of old used. This is where the latex comes in, Spider.
Yep.
They're all
exterior.
They're all in the basement of the Kenosha News, and so they're looking for sponsors for $500, and there'll be up to $100 available to reimburse artists for costs of their supplies. Called Tickle the Ivories throughout the summer. But hold on there, cowgirl. I got more news here.
Hey, is that like Tickle Me Elmo?
Yeah.
Get out the latex. I ain't talking paint.
Gloves.
According to the city of Kenosha's very fine ordinances, 5.045 banner signs, decorations, and obstructions in public right-of-way, they need a permit to do this of $150 each. And if you don't... Each piano? I mean, it's got to be out in front of...
Business owner.
Each business owner.
If you wish to have one displayed in front of your place of business.
And if you don't... Here's the penalty, $300 cash fine or 10 days in the county jail. Now we're talking. Now we're talking big time, 10 days in the slammer just to have a... And then
the banana in front of your place. Okay.
And then in the ordinance, it's a whole page here on how close this can be to the street. No more than 2 feet to face the curb. The obstruction shall occupy no more than 5 feet of the area between the curb and the building line. These pianos will never fit into this deal, according to this thing.
Well, they have the wider sidewalks now.
I understand, but still, it's only it was only like 12 inches more. And some of these pianos, what's the length of a piano? 6 feet?
Well, they're not sideways across the sidewalk.
Oh, okay.
A piano is about 18 inches front to back.
Okay, so then you also have the place where the guy's got to sit or the gal's got to sit. So add another 2 feet. So.
Does that account for that?
Well, it's part of the process. So
you're supposed to come on by and plunk out a tune or something.
So I can go down and play chopsticks or
only if you're naked.
Jingle bells.
Oh, that's another ordinance. I got to get another permit for that.
That's another reference there. Remember that one?
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. Excuse me. That is another ordinance. Man, I'm gonna lose my shirt here if I have to spend $150. If I was going to $500 to sponsor this in front of a downtown business, another 150 for the permit. And if I want to go naked or in a scantily clad outfit, that's another 150. Turgid. That's on the books. Nobody's ever been charged with that, by the way. But you know what? Sure enough, it'll be me. I think this is this has a whole new opening for Cy Costabile. This has got him written all over it. He could just start at 8, 9 in the morning, work his way down, and come back if he's still standing, and we'll pick him up. So I can understand the concept of trying to raise money for Downtown Inc. Because they got to pay for this gal's salary somehow. But I don't know that this is. And if they all of a sudden waive these permits, I am going to be very, very upset.
Why?
Well, why should they cater to these people?
Why are you going to get your panties in a bunch? Do you have a business that you're putting something in front of?
It's the principle, Wacky Wayne.
You
couldn't get away with the stuff in Antioch.
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, well, there you have it.
You're looking at the wrong guy. I don't want to put stuff outside of a business, bud.
Well, if they waive this,
and who's to say that they haven't already gotten the permits taken care of?
Well,
I'm sure they've been waived by the city.
According to this, its application has to go to the Public Works, and then it has to be approved by the council. And the application shall include indemnity to hold harmless, drafted by the city attorney, which protects the city and the officers, and an insurance liability policy to the tune of $1 million.
I thought, what the heck happens if, like, one of these pianos tips over and crushes someone beneath them?
And the city's responsible for the sidewalk.
That's right.
See? So, I mean, that's why I don't think they have any applicants yet. But we're going to follow this very closely.
I can tell you're concerned.
And what if you, hypothetically, you get all of this stuff done, and you go out, and it was me, and I, in front of like Crystals or something, and I play a bad song. Do I get fined for that because I can't sing?
You should.
There's odds on that, disturbing the peace and all.
I'm a spider. You guys take the strip cards and take the bets. Maybe we'll make a little money off it that way.
Where are they going to wheel them when it rains?
Well, I'm assuming we talked.
They're pretty much unplayable. They're a bunch of old crummy pianos. They're just slapping some paint on there, and that's it.
Well, you know what they do? They put all those new trees, and you just put them underneath the tree, and that'll protect them from all the elements, right? They got a 2-inch tree and no leaves on it, and probably half of them will be dead by June. Sounds like a perfect plan.
Now, how long are they supposed to stay out there?
This says for the balance of the summer.
We're going to have like rats living in those things.
Oh, yeah, this is just one nightmare. This is
Benny the backyard beaver.
You're going to have the legs off it.
You're going to have all those beavers migrating from Pleasant Prairie so they don't get myrtleized and living in pianos downtown Kenosha.
We are problem solvers. Oh yeah, this can only go from bad to worse, unless a business wants to say, "I'm going to roll this thing in every night," but they're not really. They're
How many
heavy.
places have room to go in there? And
Well, you roll it in, yeah.
As a former piano mover, it's not that easy to move them without the proper equipment.
Yeah, and if you leave them outside, they could be vandalized. Like I said, the beavers come and chew them up, and you got the rats hiding in there. Oh, this is
beer cans,
and
cigarettes. And
like I said, if you want to protect it from the elements, just put it underneath one of those new trees down there. they'll have a couple leaves on each by the time, or if they're still living. Okay, Wacky Wayne, I gotta come up. Some
come
sap
up for airs.
We're going to take a quick break, and then when we get back, we will play a little City in Jeopardy.
Sounds like
Patty Barter, and welcome to the January 27th edition of the Kenosha City Weekly Report. Coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WIP, spreading the love here at Camp Happy Face on Kazoo Eve Saturday. Also bringing you Gas Charlie's Backyard Beavers, saving the Kenosha City Nation from all the perils in here at Do Over Kenosha. Again, we invite you to join the thousands of fans who have already signed up and liked us on Facebook. And you visit us on the web at kenosha.com. And we are brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and the legendary Bronx Stop, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. Joining us this morning, my attorney, Elmo Esquire Schneider, is here, and he will be heading up the school district's new ad hoc dress code committee.
I am?
Yeah, didn't they tell you? Didn't you get the memo?
No. I never look at my mail.
You can have all my hate mail right away.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. It's all yours.
Well, we're going to get to we got some suggestions. We're going to after 11 o'clock, and also with us this morning, Kenosha State latex poster boy, Spider Ronnie the camera dude.
Exterior
latex.
Yes, must specify. Otherwise, people are going to be looking for him in all the wrong trade magazines.
Yeah. What are you looking at over there?
He's looking at his ad in.
Oh, my website. Am I in it?
He's probably got a picture of him in latex.
Yeah, there you are.
Yeah. Engineering and board operating the Kenosha State train wreck this morning. Hanging on our every word. Wacky Wayne joins us all the way from Antioch.
Many, many miles away, yes.
Antioch is still in Illinois, isn't it?
Last time I checked, they haven't moved it yet.
Petey the Parrot. Also, no one in the first half hour has won this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. With over 35 years of tax preparation and financial planning experience, let us guide you with all the options that are still available. Find out how to you can take advantage and use the new tax code to your advantage and save the maximum dollars for you and your family. Call me at 262-652-6767. If you happen to say that today's secret word, we will send you a $20 Boathouse gift card. Good morning, you're on Kenosha today.
Probably got a picture of him in latex. Scott.
Yes.
You?
Yeah.
Hey, Captain.
Greetings from south of the border there.
Hey, how's the wall coming along down there?
Well, I was talking to somebody from the governor's office. I got an email saying they might contribute to keep me out of the country.
So
the iguana on a tree right outside and listening to your show. When Elmo was talking to his mom and it said, then you started talking and it stuck its tongue out and then it left.
Well, if it falls off the perch or porch or whatever it is, then you know there's something else going on there.
There could be something else going on here.
Captain, is there anything left of that bottle of Jackie you were talking about yesterday? So.
Well, I brought it over to the grocery store, and I thought, maybe I drink with the two girls there that drink whiskey together, the owner and her best friend.
Wait a minute. You take whiskey to a grocery store?
That's where I spend most of my time. It's the cheapest place to drink, and you see everybody. Everybody, buys groceries. A lot of people just sit around and talk.
Are you a greeter over there like you're at Walmart?
A
greeter, not a breeder. Those days are gone.
I say hello to everything.
How long you been over there this morning?
A while.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. So you go over and you have a blast in the morning with these girls at the grocery store.
Sometime or other throughout the course of a day, I'll stop there a few times,
Okay.
And it's real comfortable.
What's the temperature down there?
It's almost the same every day. It's like a high of about 86 rather, and a low of maybe 65, 67 at night.
It was 50 degrees here yesterday.
Perfect.
It was 50 here yesterday, and it's about going to be mid-40s today. So
you're kind of lucky, but no, it's perfect here.
I don't know if Elmo told you, but I don't want to be held responsible. But I did the best I could. I called the fire department for you. When the flames were shooting out of your upper story window, I called the fire department.
No.
Yeah, I did. I saved. Well, the foundation is still there.
Oh, okay.
And not much else is left. And some of that stuff that here's the fire chief said. They were looking for the cause. Did you have some inflammable underwear in that one room? Because that was apparently started combustible underwear.
Yes, but that's kind of ridiculous there. I don't know there.
Well, anyway, we got it all boarded up, whatever's left of it, so don't worry, you're in good hands. We did the best we could.
Scott got all the booze out before it went up in flames. So.
Thanks a lot, pal. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll probably get some of that Jack later on with the girls, unless they drank it all last night. I don't know.
Are you going to bring one of these gals back with you when you come back to town?
I hope not.
What's their names?
Her name is Arcelia, and that's the name of the grocery. It's Arce. Okay. Aborates is grocery store. Arce's, Aborates grocery. But her name's Arcelia.
She's probably not from Sturtevant then, right?
I don't think so.
So, Captain, are you being nominated for, what the heck was that thing last year? They wanted to make you like king of the carnival or something like that?
Like a Mardi Gras chairman type of thing.
Well, no, Ray Momo. It's like the ugly king, and they get the ugly king and the ugly queen. The indigenous people, the regular people, do a regular Mardi Gras, where they have the king of the Mardi Gras, and then the gringos do the ugly king and queen. It's like a takeoff parody. They just make a fool out of them, and they drag them around town, throw things at them.
That sounds like...
It happens to you here, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know.
And you're not even official.
There ain't no difference, man.
The Kenosha News
you got that little contraption of yours. You're right around town, and people are throwing stuff at you.
They might not do it this year. I'm not sure because people are getting upset. The gringos are getting too crazy. It was like a little insulting to the local people, maybe. But
Mike, I gotta go. I got some more calls to take now.
Okay,
for Elmo and I to tell you to behave yourself would probably be fruitless, right?
Sure.
Pointless.
Pointless.
Kazoo.
All right.
Keep that kazoo going.
All
Okay.
right.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Captain.
Oh, nope.
They're not there.
Anyway, this show is being recorded for training purposes, so excuse me, we can replay this nonsense tomorrow at noon. Also gives our board operator an opportunity to blip out any words that may be inappropriate or prepare us for some upcoming litigation. This is becoming a little more of a full-time job for you with that in mind, right?
Yeah.
Well, we've been pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't had any
It's not
problems
us
since
that have
last
been
year.
using this stuff. These guys, the president, and you got a guy running for alderman here, they're using the nasty stuff.
Right. Oh, yeah.
We don't use
We've
that.
We've dodged some bullets.
We don't use that, do we?
Right.
Special thanks to Elmo here. You can find the Kenosha Today Show 365 days a year, 24/7 up on YouTube. And then after the 11 o'clock break, Kenosha Today's top 10 changes to the school district's dress code. And now, boys and girls, it's time to play Kenosha's fastest growing game show sensation, the lightning round of City in Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And to be eligible, no one from your household could have won any contest on WAP within the last 60 days. We will now clear the phone lines, and I'm going to read the question, which is, as you know, a very sophisticated, intelligent, multiple-choice question. And you will then get 3 somewhat intellectual answers to choose from. After that, you'll hear the ding, Emil. And the first caller to correctly answer the question wins a Kenosha Today $25 gift certificate to the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, located at 4917 7th Avenue here in Kenosha. Open Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., featuring weekly lunch and dinner specials. Enjoy a beautiful waterfront view, and looks like we're going to have a waterfront view by this afternoon. The ice is about
pretty
gone.
much gone. Yep.
And stop in for their big Saturday and Sunday morning breakfast and Bloody Mary specials, beginning at 7 a.m. until noon. And if you're planning a party or a banquet, call Joyce at 262-654-9922, or you can even find them on the web at theboathousekenosha.com. Okay, the phone lines are clear. Here's the sophisticated question. What would be the number one reason that would prevent you from appearing on the spring election ballot? Because there was a couple other instances this came up. What would be the number one reason that would prevent you from appearing on the spring election ballot? A, you incorrectly listed the trolley as your permanent residence. B, you lack the required number of attendance hours at a Kenosha State production meeting. Or C, the Wisconsin Election Commission finds out that .08 is also your IQ. What would get you be the number one reason? 262-694-1050.
Oh, boy, look at those things light up.
Take the first one there.
Yeah.
Good morning, you're on Kenosha Today.
Yeah, they didn't want to hang around.
All right, go to the next one. Good morning, you're on Kenosha Today. Hello. Hello, who's this?
Jerry.
Jerry. Okay, Jerry. Are you from Kenosha?
Yes.
Okay, here's the question. What would be the number one reason that would prevent you from appearing on the spring election ballot? A, you incorrectly listed the trolley as your permanent residence. B, you lack the required number of attendance hours at Kenosha State production meetings. Or C, the Wisconsin Election Commission finds out that .08 is also your IQ. Jerry.
A.
You incorrectly listed the trolley as your permanent residence. Yes, that's a correct answer. Wow. Wow, Jerry. Is it with a J or a G?
Hello?
Yes. Is it J or G?
Your name?
Jerry.
You say Perry?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Jerry. All right, I got
No, Perry.
Perry,
With a
okay.
T.
Terry with the
Oh,
T.
Terry! Just,
Scott's having some problems.
first thing to go here is my hearing.
Sam?
So, Terry, you get to brag today because you've just been named the smartest person in all of Kenosha for today.
All right.
Are you with me, Terry?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Are you? Aren't you impressed that you're the smartest guy in town?
Oh, yeah. Smarter than the guy in latex.
Oh, guy takes his. He says smarter than the guy in latex. He took a shot at you, Spider.
Oh, man. I didn't have my headphones on.
Do you know it, Terry?
No.
Oh, okay. So what's up in your world, Terry?
Oh, not a lot. Just sitting around on a Saturday.
Exterior.
So you don't have anything else better to do than to listen to this dribble?
I love your show.
Oh.
You guys are great.
Oh, thanks, Terry.
Thank you.
If we had another couple $100, we'd send it out to you, but we're a little short this week.
Too long at the production meeting yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, do you have kids that are you want to weigh in on this dress code, or don't you?
My grandson is in at Bradford.
Yeah, he's,
and I don't know. I'm originally from Michigan, and Catholic school. Yeah, we had a dress code.
Well, yeah, you had uniforms,
Boys wore
right?
blue
Yeah.
Yep. Boys wore blue shirts, blue pants. Girls wear plaid skirts, long to the knees, and white blouse.
And all that worked out very good. There was some, some discipline instead of letting. Who's running the asylum? I should say the kids or the moms, or like I said, there's 23,000 kids in this district. One person complains. Now we got all of this. Just leave it alone, right, Terry?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now here's what's going to happen, Terry. Who you plan on taking to this? We're going to send you out a $25 gift certificate. You married?
I'm gonna take my lovely wife.
Oh yeah. How long have you been married?
Married or you
50 years.
Congratulations.
How many years?
50.
50. Wow. What's the secret of that?
Do whatever she says.
Happy wife, happy life.
Is she writing this out for you, Terry, while you're sitting there talking to us?
She still lives in Michigan.
Yeah, she still lives in Michigan. There you go. No, we're just
sitting and laughing.
We're just kidding. We're just kidding. All right. Off the air, Wacky Wayne's going to get your name, address, and phone number, and on Monday I'll send you out the certificate, and I hope you and your lovely wife another 50 years. And if you happen to get down on a Friday at 3, stop in and see us, but bring more cash.
Thank you.
All right, Terry, thanks for playing.
Thank you.
While he's doing that, I better read.
Yeah?
I think we're up to what, 2 or 3?
Yep.
That's, wow. We're on a roll.
That's 100% increase.
Right.
Yeah. Imagine where we'll be in another 20 years. We're talking about a couple topics. If you want to call in, weigh in on what you think, or even should we even deal with this dress code for the kids, or just leave it alone? If you want to weigh in on the Michael Bell, which many people got, and the purpose of that deal, get your opinion and what you. If you want to talk about who you think should be this year's cutest couple, sponsored by the Kenosha News, and also if you think you want to give us an opinion on these aldermen that kind of goofed up their nomination papers. And, a couple years ago, I think it was about 10 years ago, that I think that was I that filed the ethics complaints against G. John Ruffalo and a guy named Ray Meisner, because they just totally blew the thing. And at that time, the way this works, if you file an ethics complaint, which hadn't been done, you file a complaint with the personnel office. They then, Stanzik and Carol Stancato, the city attorney, and the city administrator, those 4 met and decide if yay or nay. So they decided in both of these cases, yes, there's enough there. So then they hired what they called the enforcer. That's the name they gave him, which was Attorney Greg Tormson. And then they are out of it. So there's no appearance of, collusion or whatever. So they had this went on for a period of months. And so they cited Meisner with about 3 or 4 deals, and they held off on the Ruffalo. And then all of a sudden the city council changes the rules. And in the process of doing that, Meisner's attorney fees went away. And so they set up another ethics board. Remember, there was a 5-person ethics board. Mm-hmm. And so a couple of them decided not to go to meetings a couple years ago. That's when I got in that famous quote, the photogenic memory. Right. Don't ever call me for a quote past 4 o'clock. Because I might not get it right.
Right, there's good odds.
But in all fairness to Bill Guida, the reporter, he quoted me exactly what I said.
Yep.
I didn't mean photogenic, but that's the way. That's what I said.
No, that was somebody else that said that about you.
Oh, well, he was telling me, he was accusing me, trying to say, well, how did I get this information? And I honestly couldn't remember. And that's when I said, hey, I'm 65 years old. I don't have no photogenic memory.
Oh, you don't have?
I don't have a photogenic memory. And he printed it just like I wrote it. So, at any rate,
now I have a solution to all this stuff. We make the Kenosha Today production team the ethics board for the city of Kenosha.
How many times? How many times can we say guilty? Well, we'll cut through the red tape right there, buddy.
We bring him in leg irons down to the boathouse, and we try him right there. Then we hang him from the 50th Street Bridge. What could be easier than that? So,
who's going to pay for the rope? Let me take this call. Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sounds like you guys are talking about the Ethnics Board.
Ethnics, yeah.
Ethics
Board.
No, ethnics.
Well, it was ethics is what we were referring to.
Oh.
What are you talking about, Germans or something? What the heck is going on?
Well, Germans and Italians and whoever, whatever.
Oh, we weren't referring to any ethnics. We were referring...
It almost sounded like it.
Oh, no. Pay attention. Hang on my every word. When I say ethics, which is a lot of things some of our aldermen don't have, is ethics.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Now we're listening. So who are we talking to this morning?
This is Wally down in Tobin.
Oh, Wally down in Tobin. How's things down in the south of the border?
It's not south of the border.
What
It's
border?
Okay.
It's in Pleasant Prairie.
Down in Pleasant Prairie. I forgot where they murdered the beavers down there, right?
Yep.
Well, we try not to in Tobin. we eat them instead. Cut your tails off and hang them on the back of the truck.
Wally, you want to be part of our ethics board?
Hey, beaver tail soup is a delicacy there, so that's...
Yeah, and roadkill's in prime time. Wacky Wayne's all excited because it's the winter roadkill season in all over southeastern Wisconsin.
There's really no stop to the roadkill season. I mean, really.
No, not at all.
Isn't that right, Wally?
And mostly, the skunks come out and the possums come out when it's good and warm in January.
See? And when's the mating season? In the spring, right?
Ain't none of my business.
Well, things seem to be flourishing in Pleasant Prairie unless you're operating a mall, which they have a new program where you just kind of go in and help yourself. We're going to deal with that after.
Unless you want to worry about what's going on up and down the street.
What's going on up and down the street?
It don't make any difference to law enforcement.
Oh. Well,
Is there a problem? You'd like to elaborate on that?
Give us a problem. We're here to help, Wally.
When was the last time you helped?
When's the last time I helped? Helped?
When's the last time you hefted somebody?
I hefted somebody. Well,
actually,
I tried last night, but
I
tried last night, but she said no. So I was pretty much shut down with that, Wally.
Well, that's your business.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. All right.
Or not.
Or not.
You guys have a good day.
All right. Thanks
Wally.
Wally.
See you.
We're coming up to the
break, and then we'll get back. We're going to have a little more. We have the top 10, which is going to be very enlightening.
Oh, yes.
The Kenosha State top 10 changes to the school district dress code. If they don't adopt these, I will be upset.
Very. And we're out.
Good morning, everybody. If you just joined us, this is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the January 27th edition of the Kenosha State Weekly Report on Kazoo Eve, which is actually tomorrow, but this is Kazoo Eve, all across the
National Kazoo
Kazoo. Broadcasting live from Studio A here at AM 1050 on your radio dial, being brought to you by our major sponsors, the legendary Boathouse Pub and Eatery, and the legendary Brat Stop, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. If you haven't tuned into the show on a regular basis, we take serious journalism to an all-time high, reporting on local stories, state stories, and spanning the globe. And if you like some of our callers, like Marilyn last week, have trouble figuring out what the show is about,
you need to listen for at least 6 weeks before you can.
And then if therapy doesn't help, Call us back and let us know when you figure it out, because we ain't got a clue.
We'd like to know, too, yeah.
Last week when Lindy called, told us that we put a smile on her face every Saturday, which is a lot better than I'm able to do lately at Barter Manor on Friday. So. Oh, jeez.
Well, that just means you got to go out to the bridal show this weekend. You'll be fine.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, no, you didn't. You've been just trying to find a place to squeeze it in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Wacky Wayne from beyond the three-point arc. I don't think I'm going to go there. I get quivers when I go to events like bridal showers, and it's just not my thing. What time does that start? 2:00?
I have no idea. You have the paperwork over there.
No, I gave it to Elmo here.
Gave it to Elmo. Okay.
Now I was looking at the upcoming calendar, and don't we have Groundhog's Day coming up?
Oh, next week.
So.
Oh, I forgot about Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
See if I can see my shadow.
Well, no, I heard that when you come out of Barter Manor, if you happen to see Anthony Kennedy, that there's 6 more weeks of stupidity here. So
oh, Jesus. Oh, God. No, he doesn't call when we're talking about normal stuff. That'll bring him. That'll light him up.
Swerving all over the road.
Yeah. He's selling his fare. Get the heck out! I got to make a call. Or he pulls into a parking lot and the meter's still going. Last night I'm showing how bad things I've gotten in my life. I'm looking out my bedroom window, and there's chipmunks sitting in a tree, laughing out loud. And looking at me, smiling. He's laughing out loud at me.
I've never seen a chipmunk in a tree before.
Well, come on, Barter Manor. We got him.
Strange and unusual things out there at Barter Manor.
Yep. Yeah. Bizarre wildlife.
Oh, yeah. Joining us this morning, the head of our legal team from the law firm of Dewey, Cheatham and Howe, Elmo Schneider Esquire, takes the stand.
Good morning.
Now that Jesse Downing's taken his issue to court, I should have hired you the second time I lost running for mayor, and had you thrown out 30,000 votes and said they weren't right. I should have won.
The votes weren't right? Or?
Yeah, I lost. So they weren't right. So let's go to court.
No.
You don't think it has a chance?
No.
So you'd just rather have me go through the rest of my life being known as a 2-time failed mayoral candidate, right?
But at least you're not a 3-time loser. Yeah, so you're doing okay. Yeah.
That ain't going to happen. Anyway, as he is each and every Saturday morning, our video coordinator, Spider Ronnie, the latex paint guy.
Exterior.
Okay. And performing as both engineer and board operator, Wacky Wayne graces our president. Wayne, is there any reason the Lord should be weeping this morning?
Well, only if he's tuned in.
Yeah, we haven't struck by any lightning bolts lately. So.
Is this a bona fide call here?
It is bona fide, yeah.
We'll be the judge of that. Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Good morning. It's Irish Ruth.
See, bona fide.
It's really bona fide.
Yes, Irish Ruth. What can we do for you?
And how are you? Well, I would.
I didn't answer. You asked me how I am. I haven't answered.
Oh, you haven't answered.
No, you asked me how I'm. So, in other words, you say, "How are you?" And because you didn't let me care, you don't really care how I am.
Right. She doesn't really care. Yeah. Heartless
you weren't
Irish
reading
Ruth.
You weren't hearing between the words. Well, I have a comment about the pianos.
Yeah.
I think it's a wonderful idea. I think if somebody would do a GoFundMe page, I would donate to it for someone who couldn't afford to paint the piano. I like all these ideas that the cities and villages do. I'd love to know what you would come up with in lieu of the pianos. Like, would you do dressers or something more reasonable and easy to put in place in those Fox Lake,
Spider has
Illinois?
the answer. We were going to take toilets.
No, we brought this up at the production meeting yesterday, the downtown Kenosha Fishing Derby.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Fox
right down
Lake,
6th Avenue.
the city of Fox Lake did lighthouses last year, and it was really remarkable. Fox Lake, Illinois. I want to know about the Valentine event that you were going to promote.
That did not materialize. We didn't have enough time to put that together, so we were thinking about doing an Ides of March thing where we were going to have Scott play Julius Caesar and stage his execution in the middle of the
but we have to limit it to
event.
We almost got to limit it to the first 100 women.
Can I donate a $400 kilt for him to wear?
Sure.
I'll donate a $500 kilt, $400 to $500 kilt for him to wear.
Well, just so you don't think we're a bunch of dumb chumps here, why don't you just give us the $400 and we'll go buy it on Amazon?
Because it's already bought.
So how do we know? We want to see
a used kilt.
A used kilt. We want to see something of authenticity.
What do you mean authentic?
Well, that it's worth $400. I'm just not going to.
Oh, well, look it up. Call the kilt lady in Michigan.
Okay.
Find out. Call the kilt lady in Michigan. Look it up online and just find out who sells kilts.
Okay, Wayne, you got that?
And ask them how much do they cost.
Okay, Wayne's looking it up now.
I'm
I got to get rolling here, but anyway, what am I going to contribute?
What kind of name is Barter? Is that got a clan behind it? A tartan?
A tartan?
That's the Irish
Barter manor?
You have your own tartan pattern. And,
yeah. It's
all right.
I think it was a
you
little
got to
bit
get going. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Imagine her calling me and asking how I am and not caring enough for her to my answer.
That's crazy talk.
Well, we expect that here.
Yeah, I know.
But, you know, if we don't have the 6th Avenue downtown fishing derby, we could put toilets. The porcelain something or other.
Right in the middle of we could just put them right over the manholes. That's
and save, go right down.
The homeless can use them and
put them right down to Broadway, right down the middle of 6th Avenue. You block it off, and since it's in the street, we only need one permit. We sponsor it. We don't have to have a sponsor for every toilet that's out there.
What are we going to do when the trolley smashes into them, though?
The trolley doesn't go down 6th Avenue.
I thought it did.
It goes down 56th Avenue. But we're going down 6th Avenue.
No, the gas-powered trolley. Doesn't that go downtown?
It's not running right now. So, it's kind of it's got to kind of move around here. Got to move and shake here. And you know what? We could give him extra points for every toilet he hits. And we don't need a flusher because this is going to go directly into the drain and right on out to the lake. There's no pollution involved there, is there? Right. We'll have to dig up with the DNR. I think that's got better solutions than this piano thing. Porcelain. We gotta come up with a name. Porcelain.
God.
Let me work at this.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
beautiful bidets. Creative commodes.
Creative commodes. Now that's us. Creative commodes. And no, we gotta have a classy name. Like they got creative spaces. For the arts too. And we will be known, downtown Kenosha will be known as creative. Wayne, is that for me?
Sure.
We will be known for our creative commode, and we'll be all over the CNN. Good morning, on Kenosha Today.
Yeah, I like that phrase, creative commode. Don't flush the flushable down your commode.
Okay.
I want to talk about sewer and drain cleaning, see?
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You ever have one of those imposter sewer and drain cleaners come by and dump rock and gravel down your commode?
Oh, that hasn't happened to me personally, but I'm sure there's somebody in our listening audience that might have done that.
Yeah, see, they work in pairs, and one will distract you while the other one will go downstairs and dump the gravel and the rock down your commode.
I think it's a big conspiracy. It's a big damn conspiracy.
The big problem here in the city of Kenosha. Also, lovely to hear Ruth's musings on another program on the red hot airwaves of WLIP, see?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Damn conspiracy. I think because of the atmospheric conditions, we're losing you. Are we losing this?
American Motors.
I think we
We're
lost
breaking
that
up.
caller. Well, we brought. Okay. I hate that when that happens. When we lose a good caller. Easy, Spider. For those who haven't signed on to on the Kenosha State, excuse me, Facebook page, you better get on with it, and we're going to see some very interesting posts this coming week. Our Kenosha State fishing derby going as a prelude to Creative Commodes. And you can visit on the World Wide Web. Also, the status of this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. With over 35 years of tax preparation and financial planning experience, let us guide you, as there are still many options available under the new tax code for you and your family to save maximum dollars. Keep it all in your pocket. Give me a call, 262-652-6767. And if you just happen to say this morning's secret word, we will even send you a Boathouse $20 gift card. And we'll give a hint.
Yeah, we noticed it's like impossible to guess. He really wants to give that gift card away. So.
No. There was a picture of this in the paper. That's where the production team came up with this. And look at the spelling, how fine it is, too.
You actually did it correctly one time. So.
I took it right out of the paper. One time.
That's not saying that.
20 years, 22 years. Okay, Wayne, you ready?
I don't think I am.
Okay, written in our home office.
Take it slowly and enunciate this time.
At Amen Corner, on the deck at the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, where gray hairs matter, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category. These are Kenosha Today's top 10 changes to the school district's dress code. Number 10, permits the wearing of I am stupid stretch pants during citizens' comments. Number 9, more liberal use of stocking attire when riding on the trolley. Number 8, mandates Fridays as Matt Lauer Perverts Day. Number 7, new ad hoc committee recommends calling it the Bradford Stadium dress code. Number 6, must be able to see through panty lines from at least 100 yards away. Number 5, off-the-shoulder blouses should be held up with duct tape and a bungee cord. Number 4, bare midriff flannels from the Hillary Clinton collection can be worn as underwear. Number 3, allows the wearing of scantily clad orange hunting suits at graduation ceremonies. Number 2, makes the Kenosha Today camouflage wet t-shirt contest part of the curriculum. And the number 1 Kenosha Today change to the school district dress code. The school board leads by example and are now dressed like the village people. How's that?
Better.
Yeah, I wasn't so nervous. Sometimes I get a little nervous and I tend to go a little fast.
Yeah. At least you're not nervous.
I'm not.
Good for you.
I'm not nervous. Hey, you know, there was an article in the paper about the people, businesses looking for new jobs, and even the Kenosha County is trying to attract, and they have a new campaign going, Kenosha Area Business Alliance. And we suggest that since what better way to seek new qualified hires, take advantage of the very low Kenosha Today advertising rates and increase your ability to fill these positions. The Kenosha Today show has approximately 50,000 listeners during the live Saturday morning program and the Sunday afternoon replay, reaching as far south as North Chicago, west of Lake Geneva, and to the northern suburbs of Milwaukee. And if you're looking to fill jobs such as service types, truck drivers, general laborers, warehouse workers, to include any skilled job openings, call me, 262-652-6767. I'll get you all the information. Let us help you continue in your efforts to connect with all new employees. All right, we've been talking about, I guess it's time to play Stump the Chumps. You guys want to, we'll see if anybody's interested.
Yeah, you want to do that? All right.
Sure.
What's this? Hey, look, boys and girls.
Hey, Rod and I are prepared today. We already went through a possible scenario for questions.
Oh.
Given the subject matter of today's show.
Okay. The clock on the wall here at Studio A says it's 11:20, and everybody knows what that means. It's time for our listeners to strut their stuff and try to stump the chumps. And if you're successful in stumping the chumps, you will win a $15 gift certificate to the Cabin Fever, located at 8249 South Sharon Road here in Kenosha, home of Benny the Backyard Beaver's Roadkill Museum, where they feature free food every Sunday during the football playoffs, which is not tomorrow, but they only got one left. Probably helpful if I corrected
Tomorrow's not a playoff? What do they call that game?
Nothing. Well, maybe he's got food because they're playing the Super Bowl, or not the Super Bowl, but the Pro Bowl. Yeah. Or you can take door number 2, and you can get the high honor and privilege of sitting here with us for an hour in an upcoming show, like Pistol Pete did down from Antioch.
Yeah.
He's going to join us again in a couple of weeks.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I'm not here that day. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you want to carpool with him?
No, I'm good.
This is a huge opportunity for our audience to bring something of intelligence, sophistication, or just prove to the rest of the Kenosha Today Nation that we are barely smarter than a 5th grader. We've actually had a good track record. So we're going to take your trivia question or song title. First caller to successfully stump the chumps which is myself, Elmo, Spider, and Wacky Wayne. We're going to send you a $15 gift, 262-694-1050. Give us a call if you think you are qualified and you have a trivia question or a music song title. But you got to know the answers.
Yeah, it's always good to know the answer.
Yeah.
We check up on that.
We check. Oh, yeah. All right, 262-694-1050. We'll see if anybody wants to take advantage of that. And, you know, see, some people are actually, I heard, are afraid to call in because they don't want to be known as losers because we know most of the answers.
We know most of the losers in Kenosha, too.
To the grace of God.
Yeah.
You know, there was a picture in the paper, you know, they're redoing the KYF, which is, you know, downtown. From, yeah.
I see it almost every day.
They had this picture in here of these lockers with a big, I guess, digger machine taken out. And what caught my eye is I finally found my 1967 sweat socks that I've been missing. They've been in this locker for 50 years.
Thank God they didn't find your Speedo.
It's probably why they're having to take it away in a
hazmat
suit.
Hazmat suit, yeah. That makes sense.
Big legislation out of Madison. Agricultural officials are getting ready for some huge changes. Authority of regulating how foods are grown and harvested and processed. Now, the rule is going to also restrict to how raw manure can be used. Apparently, you're not going to be able to just spread it on anymore. Sling it? And you're going to have to sling it and put it on in a manner. And what I found interesting is these rules on how to restrict raw manure also applies to that office building down in 625 52nd Street, right across from the harbor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what the city council is. Oh, what a coincidence! Oh, is that what a coincidence that is? Wow. So they have to adhere to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, who they're regulating how manure can be processed. So you know, we have a code. Like I said, you need a permit to have a piano on downtown for this Tickle Ivory thing. So I think the city council is going to have their own permit on how to distribute manure in that building.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Probably, but
no.
A couple days ago, out here in Pleasant Prairie, 5 people were arrested for stealing stuff from a mall. And I was going to mention this, but the quote from our wonderful Sheriff Dave Beth, I think it's something, this is a quote, saying that these suspects, now they haven't been found guilty yet, so they should be warehoused for the rest of their lives. I think at some point society has got to get so fed up they are no longer willing to tolerate people who are not an asset to society. Well, these could be just honor roll students on early release. Yes, I'm gonna address that in Zingers coming up after 11:30. But this is our Sheriff Beth quoting in the paper.
Well, your sheriff.
He's my sheriff.
Right.
He's a good guy.
He's not my sheriff.
Well,
technically.
Yeah,
when your picture appears in here, then he will be your sheriff.
No, he won't.
No, he won't.
He'll
Well,
never,
if we arrest you.
Well, yeah, if you arrest me, right.
Okay.
Now all I got to do is something bad. Hold on. Let me see if I can come up with something.
Sitting here is enough, don't you think?
No, this is my punishment. If I were arrested, this is what they'd make me do.
By coming in here for 2 hours every week,
It's like community service.
Are you rehabilitated?
I've totally built up enough repertoire so I could probably murder someone and get off just knowing that I've been here this long.
News for you, Wayne. You're actually dead. This is purgatory.
Yeah, this is purgatory.
You got nowhere to go but up from here,
This is
pal.
nowhere good nor bad. It's just
you didn't read the fine print
Right.
when you graduated from
totally
broadcasting
didn't.
school.
When I signed that contract with the lovely program director John Perry,
He's not St. Peter.
Right.
He is not St. Peter.
I didn't read the fine print.
Didn't you listen to some of the other programs that they got going on here in the mornings throughout the day? What do you think this was?
Yeah.
What do you think this was?
Totally drew the short string. I'm talking to Pete when I see him next. We're getting it back. We'll get the old team back together. We're sending him back.
See, you notice the first show there was the temptation there.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Then, lead in with temptation and then ruin it all with
and
Steve
then,
Casey.
Satan.
What'd you think we brought Casey in here for?
Right.
put the 6 inches of 6 feet of dirt over here.
Right. And then you brought the girls back, so it's like a brief interlude, like, oh, we've got good shows every now and again.
When he was measuring up, what'd you think he was measuring up for? A new T-shirt?
I'm not getting a new suit out of this?
No.
Son of a gun.
We had flowers ordered and everything.
Oh,
anyway,
I don't want to digress, but I stopped over at my parents' house this morning, and they says, "Oh, it's they're both elderly," and they says, "Well, funny you should stop in. We're just discussing our funerals." And I says, "Well, Wilpole's Bamboo Room is closed, so that place is out for having the funeral luncheon there." So that's
Oh, it is? I got to change my rules then.
That's going back.
Hey, upon my demise, if you guys are looking, on the thing that says no flowers, in lieu of flowers, just get something from the adult bookstore, and they have a funeral half-price sale, 70% off at least, and you can just put that in my whatever I got.
Yeah, that'll be appropriate.
The blow-up dog.
I guess you're right. That might
need a double-wide casket for that.
Right. The blow-up sheep is going to turn most people off. But you'll be gone, so it won't even matter, Scott. Don't worry.
Now, can I get back to my Sheriff Dave Best quote here?
Yes.
He says, I think we have to create a threshold where once you cross the threshold, the United States builds warehouses where we can put these people who have been deemed to be no longer assets and are really a detriment. I have no issue with these 5 people completely disappearing. Yep. That might be a little harsh, but...
that guy rocks.
He rocks. I mean, he's got 5 people, and they're all in there. One's only 16. Yeah. So when I addressed this after the break here, is rehabilitation going to help? If somebody's got a question or a comment, 262-694-1050, you think we can help them? Because actually prison is supposed to be, you pay for your crime, and then you have to be supposedly rehabilitated. Don't they bring in chest kits and knitting things?
If you go to prison, you end up coming out a better criminal.
Yep. And a new friend named Bubba.
Right. Well, what happens in prison stays in prison.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I just thought I'd bring that up. And, we're talking about...
75 years.
I think, I was just going to say, the dirty sports doctor. You wonder, how did this guy get away for this for 20 years? And nobody came forward till just now. I guess you got to applaud these gals that finally came forward now.
Right. And everybody else that's resigning, the whole thing is, it's all about the cash. If we, they had millions and millions of dollars pouring into from alumni and everybody else, and advertisers for the sports teams and everything else. And if this ever got out, we're going to lose all the money.
Well, I hope they save the receipts, because when the lawsuits come in, the civil suit,
they're going to. Well, it happened at Penn State. I think they still came out ahead. So.
Well, it took them a lot of years.
Right.
Plus, Jerry Sandusky's still in prison, I believe.
Right.
And look at Joe Paterno, knew about this, and he beat the rap. He passed away, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But
he died before it happened.
But did not he resign? And the president of Penn State, there was a whole thing about the same thing that they all had to get out. And, Michigan...
We didn't know about it. You're getting paid like how many $1 million a year? It's your job to know about it. What the heck?
These guys were showering with soap on a rope, and the coaches in there?
Yeah, well, who knows what else is, but they...
Yeah. But anyway, I think you're going to see many more of these type cases. And, hey, how about what's the gal that, the porn star that was accusing Trump that she got $130,000?
Oh, Stormy something.
Stormy something, or...
But I said, what's the name of her show that she's got on?
Oh, she's got her own. She's got
a traveling show. She just does not let one.
She goes all over.
All over. She's got a
speaker. Stormy Daniels. Does that sound
Stormy
right?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And apparently she had a little tete-a-tete with the president.
Sure. Allegedly. But.
Allegedly. Well, she's got $130,000 in a bank account. Every time the reporters ask her, she's got this big smile on her face.
He could have been paying it for somebody else. You never know.
We set up a separate corporation and had a separate attorney pay it through that corporation.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish.
But you got to love the name of her show.
What was it?
Making America Horny Again.
Oh yeah. It was on CNN. What are you going to do? Yeah. We span the globe. We span the globe.
Yeah. Spanning the globe.
All right, we got some other things coming up. If anybody wants to play Stump the Chumps, we can do that after we got another last break here, right?
Oh, yeah. Always a last break.
Okay, we'll be back in a couple. On the Kenosha Today Trolley Ride this morning, if you just joined us, this is the January 27th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live and streaming worldwide here on AM 1050 WLIP, being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and the legendary Brat Stop, along with a host of other many fine local businesses. This morning's cast of characters, Elmo Schneider Esquire.
Good morning.
From the galaxy called Spider Dome. Spider, the latex camera dude.
Yep. Exterior.
Exterior.
Yeah, always got to remember the exterior part.
Hey, if you turn to be a transgender, will you be interior then?
Interior.
Interior latex.
Yeah, exterior. Yep.
That's a good question. I mean...
Yeah, I was just waiting for the answer on that one. Thank goodness we found out.
Yeah.
Wacky Wayne, still all jacked up down the winter roadkill season is so, and Wally down in Tobin. He's got some good answers. Maybe you ought to talk to him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they got Pleasant Prairie out in summers. They are the king of roadkill season. Also, if you happen to miss our Saturday show, you can tune in AM 1050 WIP tomorrow, Sunday at noon. Listen to the replay of this morning's broadcast. And don't forget to join the Kenosha Today Nation. Like us on Facebook. There was an article in the paper today about Summers having to redo all of their roads and what trucks can come down.
Truck routes.
That's going to be a roadkill haven.
I know. I can't wait.
Oh, my gosh. When you get off of Highway E.
Some goods eaten there.
Oh, tell you, man. They could set up a stand out there.
They probably will.
On the frontage road. And on KR is going to be, 9 lanes?
37 lanes of traffic?
Oh. Yep.
Oh, I can't wait.
You can't, we could probably vie to get the roadkill contract out there. That's going to be big-time money, I think.
There's a restaurant opportunity.
Boy, you can't, big roadkill.
Oh, yeah.
Just like across from Kitty Corner from Mars Cheese Castle. Welcome to Wisconsin.
There you go.
When they say escape to Wisconsin, they ain't fooling around. Except for these 5 characters that...
Well, yeah, then it's escape
caught.
from Wisconsin, yeah.
And don't forget to join the Kenosha Today Nation and like us on Facebook. Status of the Secret Word Challenge to win $20 Boathouse gift card from Barter's Financial Planning Service yet to be named. And don't forget, you can still call me at 262-652-6767. Schedule a free financial planning consultation and put yourself in a position to take advantage of the new tax code. Elmo, what's the hint?
The clue for today's secret word is if Uncle Scotty were to jump into the Kenosha Harbor wearing a Speedo in a turgid state, it would not cause this.
It would not. It's true. It would not. Cause a lot of other things, but not this.
How does my ass get dragged into all this all the time? What the heck?
Quite literally.
Yeah. I had something else printed up there. Next time I'm going to tell you, read it like it's printed. And now, boys and girls, it's time for this week's edition of As the Brat Turns. High five singers and doofuses. I just can't seem to get the hang of that.
Yeah, I know. There's even instructions printed on it. Yeah. Hum into this end. It's real difficult, Scotty.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
I'm a guy who reads the instructions.
Right.
When I put something together.
When you put something in your mouth, you don't bother reading the instructions first?
No. Jesus. A youngster.
Yeah.
No, what I was starting to say was when I get done putting together something, I always have parts left over. And
okay.
Then I figure out maybe it's time to read the instructions. So that's
usually the case. Yeah, I get it. All right. Moving on.
Boy, oh boy, Wacky Wayne. I hope your wife doesn't listen to you.
No, not much. I wouldn't worry about that. Got nothing to worry about there.
Well, Hubby, what did you learn today?
Mm-hmm.
Coming to us from the Beer Garden in the world-famous and legendary Brat Stop, located on the northwest corners of Highway 50 and I-94. Here in Kenosha, open at 8 a.m., 7 days a week, 365 days a year, serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, and everything in between. For more information on what's going on at the Brat, you call them at 262-857-2011 as the Brat turns like the sands in the hourglass in the days of our lives. Jesus. In my high school guidance counselor didn't think I
know,
too much.
and every year you guys do this, so it's your own fault. Just
well,
saying.
you wait. You're going to be with us next year. We're going to come up with a new plan for Kazoo Day.
Well, Kazoo Day is going to be like on a Monday or Tuesday. We're going to be way out. You can't.
Further than we are now?
Well, it's tomorrow, so I mean, it still makes sense to do it today. But
all right. This week's high five goes to K-Tech's Hannah Gauss.
Looks right to me.
Right.
I don't even have my glasses.
For winning the Kenosha School District Spelling Bee this past week. Also, special mention goes to the finalists: Hosea Matthews, Morgan Augustine, Gina Fleming, Peter Minnick, and Wayne Jackson. Now, reading this really warmed the cockles of my heart in recalling my youthful, carefree days on the playgrounds of Forest Park School when I was a finalist in my spelling bee. But in that case, the judges unfairly picked on me because when I made it to the finals, I got tripped up on the word cat. And my response was K-A-T. And this traumatic experience was the first in a long line of being a two-time failed candidate in the life and times of little Scotty Barter. So all of those who competed, and we salute you. That's SALUTTE.
You know, I served as a judge for that several years ago.
That's one thing that they have never called me. This week's zinger goes to those 5 individuals who decided it would be better to heist $4,800 worth of clothes from a store in the Pleasant Prairie Outlet Mall and then leading police on a high-speed chase reaching speeds of over 100 miles an hour. Sheriff Best's assessment of the Fab Five seemed a bit harsh, saying that these 5 are no longer an asset and should completely disappear. But the real zinger goes to our justice system for allowing this very lenient periods of confinement for the crimes that they committed. You know, maybe they were just simply honor roll students out on early release. And I'm hopeful that the next time they get released early, it will be on parole. How's that for hard-hitting?
Yep.
This week's Doofus Award, the Wisconsin State Assembly, for finally passing hard-hitting legislation that will finally allow minors to operate a lemonade stand. This is true, as long as they don't generate more than $1,000 in annual sales. And who says Wisconsin isn't pro-business? Apparently, Appleton police shut down 2 young gals' lemonade stand back in 2011. We say poppycock. This makes my hair hurt. You know, my God, the next thing you know, every young gal who aspires to be the next Oprah will be asking the state for a couple $1 billion in tax credits to bring 13,000 new lemonade stands to Wisconsin. We say forget Foxconn and bring on Minute Maid and let the juices start flowing. And there you have it, folks, as the brow turns for this Saturday, January 27th. I am Scotty Barter, and I approve this. You know, somebody could interpret that kazoo playing as those 3 segments pretty much sucked.
One could interpret it that way, but that's the way you wanted to do the harp.
Now, Scott, I've got a. If there's any youngsters out there listening, I suggest they set up a Long Island iced tea stand right in front of Barter Manor, and you're going to make way over $1,000 a year.
Now, Elmo, you know we're on the AM station, right? There's not a lot of youngsters that tune in.
Well, maybe their parents are listening in, and
they're just listening. No, they're playing in their room. It's Saturday morning, dude. They're watching cartoons.
You know,
no. Their parents can listen and says, "Hey, God, if I can make $1,000 a year, what the heck?"
Yeah. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Hey, how's it going, Scott?
Hey, Dennis, my man. How's it going? All right.
All right, I got a stump to chump for you.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
You won in the last 60 days, but we'll go with
this is just to ask you guys.
Okay, Dennis, what's your...
And I think Elmo should be able to help a lot with this one.
Okay.
Okay, what supergroup who could be considered part of the British invasion never had a #1 hit and only had 1 hit in their entire career in the top 10?
That would have been back in the 60s. You're referring to the British invasion, right?
Well, that's when they first started. I'm not saying they're not still going.
Oh, a hint. Let me just discuss
a #1 hit. Never had a #1 hit.
It never had.
No, it only had 1 hit in the top 10.
Let me just discuss it with my colleagues.
How are they a supergroup then?
Yeah. How's that,
Dennis?
Because
they had many well-known songs and hits in the top 100, but never, a top hit.
Well, we got our song, Billy Goat and the Four Milkers. We got lots of hits in the top 100. You know,
REO Speedwagon.
That's not the British.
They're not British.
They're kind of like your show. You know, very popular, well known with many, hits, but not in the top 10.
Let me talk this over with my colleagues. There was Herman and the Hermits.
Yeah.
There was who's the guys? Paul Revere and the Raiders.
They're American.
Oh yeah, but
I'll even give you a clue. They were in the latter part of the British invasion, not as early as
1812.
Not that invasion.
Oh. Let's see. Like it almost says, how can they be classified as supergroup if they never had a #1 hit?
Oh, you would know. Everybody knows this group.
We don't.
Were the Rolling Stones from Britain or to England? British invasion?
They were from there, but...
Well, they,
it's going, but I can't.
Black Sabbath.
We're gonna go. Should we go with the Rolling Stones?
Well, it's a group. Okay, because the ones I'm thinking of, there's maybe a lot of members that went under different names of groups.
You got one in mind? Do you have one in mind? Elmo? You're looking at me like the deer in the headlights there. All right, we're going with the Rolling Stones. I'm making an executive decision.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Who is it?
Believe it or not, it's the Who.
Who?
Yeah. The Who.
They only had one hit in the top 10 over all the years, and it only went to number 9. It was "I Can See for Miles and Miles."
Sounds like when I look out my back window. What? Why? On a good night. What moves you to? How do you know that? I mean, that's troubling that you call in.
Well, I was discussing
Wikipedia,
some rock and roll
probably,
history with a friend of mine, and he laid that fact on me the other night, and I was like, wow, I didn't even realize that.
So you wasted our time to call in and bother me with it, right?
That's not like you were doing anything else.
I wouldn't consider any part of your show a waste of time.
Really? Hey,
it's very enlightening.
That's not a waste of time.
But Kenosha didn't have a snow day during that storm this past week, did they?
They did.
Whatever it was on Tuesday or Wednesday, we had a snow day.
Yeah, they shut down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They must have got a lot.
I was surprised out here in Waterford. I only had to snowblow 3 inches of snow. There were only 3 inches in my driveway. I was supposed to sub that day, and I got a phone call that school was called off because of a snow day, and I'm like, 3 inches of snow?
There's only 2 inches by me.
Well,
and never had that.
See, in all fairness, the superintendent, we had an interview with her some years ago. They have to make this decision by 5:30, and at that time there was very wet snow, and it was the radar. Do you ever get up in the middle of the night to look at your Doppler?
All the
time. Well, anyway. It was forecasted for up to 4 to 6 very wet, and we have out of our 23 students, 23,000, probably 80% of them are bust. So you got to make this call, and the school district puts in 3 days built into the schedule, so they haven't used one yet. So there's my explanation.
But
I have another observation that happened out here in Waterford, and Wayne, get the toilet.
Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, don't worry.
He's already on it.
Yeah.
He's all over
I
this.
got you.
The observation that I estimate is I only had 3 inches of snow in my driveway, but various areas had spotty, like 8 inches, 10 inches, all these things.
Yep.
And I heard the local Dairy Queen had a blizzard.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even have waited for that. You should have just done it
right out the gate. Yeah.
Get it over with. Just next time you call in, as soon as we hear the word Dennis, we're going to hit that. We're not even going to wait till the end. And how's the what's her name?
She's doing great. She's dropping more and more. She's dedicated on this diet.
Hey, what'd you think about Wisconsin and this legalizing lemonade stands?
Well, lemonade's okay if you have a little bit of something in it. You know what I mean?
Now, we don't condone that type of behavior.
Well, that would be a different type of lemonade stand in a different situation. But let a kid have a lemonade stand on a corner. Who's that hurting?
All right, we got to go, Dennis. Sorry, but the phone lines just lit up because of your wonderful contribution to this show.
See you, Dennis.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Yeah, spot
Bow, China, bow.
Bang.
Kill that. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Hold on. No, they're unavailable.
Okay.
Hey, back to the snow days.
The snow days.
They cancel school, but you see on the front page of paper, people are driving to go sledding and all that. They can do that.
Oh,
They
sure.
can't go
Yep.
to school.
No.
Is that anything important?
I'm waiting to see if it. No.
Oh, there's another one there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was waiting to see if that one would come up.
No,
And
no. It was a teachers go to the bar date. That's what it is.
Oh, now we're just speculating on that. We don't know that for a fact. Oh, I got to read Boathouse.
Yeah, don't forget your sponsors,
Got
Scotty.
to read the sponsors here.